What does it do, YouTube? Scotty back at you with another edition of As the Basketball Turns. Now, where we left off last, our heroes, the LA Lakers, had won 3 in a row and then lost one. And as had been their pattern all season long, win 2, lose 2. Win 1, lose 1. Win 2, lose 3. Win 3, lose 3. And so, would the pattern continue? Well, the Lakers won 3 in a row, matching their season-high winning streak, and then fell back. And COVID was running rampant through the league and through the team. So we pick up where we left off, Chicago. And COVID protocols have now claimed Bazemore. And what do you know but the coach, Frankie V, the Vogelmeister, out, unable to be at the arena, health and safety protocols due to COVID. But as some go out, others come back. Welcome in Trevor Ariza, who suits up for the first time this season. And so the starting lineup for the LA Lakers, LBJ, Russ, Ellington, DJ, and Isaiah Thomas. The Lakers only have 10 players in Chicago. So beside the starting 5, the only other 5 players left, Rondo, Ariza, Melo, Chauncey Brown, and Huff. Brown and Huff are 2 guys they basically found off the street at G League. And the coach tonight is David Fizdale. Yeah, man. So, right away, the game is spirited. And first off the bench for Coach Fizdale is Rondo. What do you know? And then not long after, Trevor Ariza makes his appearance. And so the game is sort of going back and forth. The Lakers are playing with passion, with energy. Rondo is hustling. Ariza hits a 3. Ellington hits a 3. Melo hits a 3. Everybody's getting in on the act. But still, too many turnovers. And so at halftime, it's 61-59 Chicago. And right out the gate, starting the third quarter, Melo, 3. And the Lakers, playing with passion and energy, and with LeBron leading the way, take the lead over Chicago. As the game seesaws, back and forth we go. We get to the end of the third quarter, and the Lakers have a 1-point lead going into the fourth. But there's an ominous sign. The Lakers were shooting 60% from the charity stripe. 60. So you're leaving a lot of points out there on the floor. And the old turnover bug is rearing its head once again for the Lakers. So that twin evil of turnovers and missed free throws are going to be the demise of the Lakers this evening. Into the fourth quarter we go. The Lakers try to hold their own, but ultimately give up the ghost. 115-110. Lakers lose by 5 in Chicago. Now, despite the loss, I took some solace in the fact that the Lakers played with spirit and overall pretty well. I thought Fizdale coached smartly. The energy was there. And the question, it popped into my mind. Could it be that the energy is better without the energy vampire? I'd like to take your energy. Could the energy be better without the rubber band man Robin on the floor? Ariza, after the game, said he felt the Lakers played better tonight as a team, and I have to agree. And so what does that mean? So next up, Phoenix, San Antonio, and then Brooklyn on Christmas Day. I still say great job, Fizdale. And if for some reason the old axe would fall on Frankie V, I feel pretty good about the Fizz taking over. So the Lakers limp back home to the crypto. Aptly named, it's starting to seem. And who awaits them but the Phoenix Suns? They have the best record in the NBA. And honestly, no one's really expecting a victory who's in their right mind. But I am hoping that the Lakers will build on that energy, that momentum from the last game against the Bulls. Dwight and THT clear protocols and return back to the starting lineup. So reinforcements are coming. Frankie V, Monk, Bazemore, Austin Reeves, and Avery Bradley remain away from the team and in COVID protocols. Fizdale again will coach the team. So the starting five against the Suns, LBJ and Russ, along with DJ, Dwight, and THT. Now, Phoenix, cold early. That Trae Young move, freezing cold, frigid cold early. And with the Suns freezing cold early, you hope the Lakers can build a cushion. Instead, Russ starts rocking the baby in the first quarter against a cold Suns team. And I'm like, this is a bad sign. And I've talked about this in previous videos. This rocking the baby thing that he likes to do. Okay, it seems to me every time he pulls that move out, the Lakers end up losing that game. I think if he insists on employing this, I don't even know what this is, this raggedy move he's doing. At least wait until you got the game in hand, when it's safe. You, in the first quarter against the Suns, the number one team in the NBA, you're rocking the baby, you're going to lose. Russ. Oh, Russ. You're going to lose. And it makes you look bad. You're not in a position to be rocking anything. Play ball, win some games. But I digress. I just knew it was a bad sign, and my premonition proved itself to be true, well-founded. Now, despite being cold early, the Lakers really couldn't pull away. In fact, by halftime, with the Lakers being as cold as ice as well, and the Suns starting to rebound and warm up, they were already up 54-52 Phoenix at halftime. And that was about as close as the Lakers were going to get in the second half. Ariza made his presence felt, and it was good to see him out there running around. I don't know how long he can sustain it. He looks like he's moving a lot slower than, and I'm sure he is in his prime days. But he did make an impact, and that was good to see. We get to the fourth quarter, and, well, Phoenix goes on a run. The refs were quick with the tease. I noticed yesterday Melo got ejected. I don't think it would have made not one damn itty bit of difference in the end. The tide was not going to be stemmed. And then the King twists his ankle and goes down. And he's writhing around on the court in pain and pounding on the floor. And I'm thinking, oh, no, this is like the finishing touch. This is all we need. And after a fairly demonstrative couple minutes, it seemed as though LBJ sort of regathered his composure, gained his wits, and pretty much went on with the game without a hitch. Not that it was going to stop what was about to happen, but I was just glad that it wasn't yet another compound problem. In fact, it would have been the final nail in the coffin if the coffin isn't shut. I mean, the coffin is closed, and you got the rubber band man Robin laying in there. I'm about to take a nap. But the coffin is not nailed shut yet. But as it would turn out, of course, it ended up being a blowout. 18-point, easy coasting victory by the number one record Phoenix Suns. The Lakers now, after a 3-game winning streak to get them 3 games above 500, drop 3 in a row, and now have a 3-game losing streak they're working on, and drop back to where they've been pretty much the entire season, 500. And up next, San Antonio, and then on Christmas Day, the Brooklyn Nets. It's been a long season already, and we're just about a third of the way there. LeBron just doesn't appear to have the ability to compensate and lift a team despite its weaknesses as he once could. Now he needs a complement of worthy star players, all-star or all-NBA type players around him, with him. And without that, in the absence of that, LeBron flounders and struggles and takes L's. Just like any other NBA player, he's not a Superman anymore. And speaking of the king, he was videoed walking into Staples with a cigar, a stogie, and the media made a bit of a to-do about that. And some people said, hey, it's not a big deal. Why are you making a big deal about everything? Leave him alone. He has a cigar, so what? But honestly, I get it. The cigar is a bad look on multiple levels. If it's some sort of semblance of celebration, you have nothing to celebrate. You're in the midst of maybe what will be your worst NBA season ever in terms of your team's record. And you may very well miss the playoffs altogether. So there's absolutely nothing to be smoking stogies about in celebration, not walking into your place of business where you're losing. And on the health tip, yeah, he put up 34 points against the Suns. So he was balling. He's been putting up 30 plus, but that just, that can't be good for your lungs, your wind, if you're doing a lot of smoking of any type. And he's already come to Staples, the crypto now, with the wine. Now the wine, that wasn't a great look either, but he was on the bench. So he's on the bench sipping wine while in street clothes, which was one thing. But this, you're actually playing and you're walking in with your stogie. So I kind of get the criticism. If you're winning, nobody says anything because you're winning. But when you're losing, my brother, that's all fair criticism. As I say, it's been a long season already. And the Lakers, they smell like an 8 seed, a play-in type team. And an 8 seed ends up facing a 1, which would be like a Phoenix or a Golden State. And so the outcome would not be favorable on that prognosis. So as the trade rumors swirl around, I heard one about the rubber band man Robin, energy vampire, but I didn't hear much behind it. So it's just wild speculation all over the place. The buzzards are circling, and the soap opera is getting more intense. And don't forget, you might be through with COVID, but COVID is not through with us. So These are the tales from the crypto. As the basketball turns, will the Lakers continue to flounder, to hover right around 500? Will COVID-19 continue to extract players and resources away from the team? Will the rubber band man Robin be moved in some sort of spectacular, unexpected trade maneuver? Will LeBron continue to drink wine and smoke stogies at the crypto? These and many other pressing questions will be addressed on our next episode of As the Basketball Turns. Throw me one of these. And please subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, my folks, one love.